All right, so what was it yesterday? I think that Bill Cosby was. What did they do? They sentenced him 10 years. Uh, I have mixed emotions. I want him to rot in prison and die there. I'd love to see that. The greatest kid friendly comedian, I guess, or like family friendly comedian dies on a concrete bed somewhere in Attica. Because he's a real fucking creep, like a real piece of shit. I mean, I'd like to think that there's a chance that he's innocent, but no way, just no way at all. All right. The thing that bothers me a lot, and that I think that created him, was the women, the women. Like, because I mean, the first one that like came on a big thing where everybody watched was Janice Dickinson. I mean, if you remember her, like Janice Dickinson from like the Surreal Life, sticking her butt out the bus window or car window, all drunk all the time. She probably did celebrity rehab. I don't know. She should have. Well, this woman, and her interview was with that fucking ugly bitch that everybody hates. There's an ugly bitch, blonde hair, Nancy Grace. She was with Nancy Grace, and she's like, "Oh, we have Janice Dickinson here, blah blah." And then she's like, the first thing that I forgot what it said, but it's like, "Bill Cosby, it ruined my life." Okay, so what happened? Yeah, he's a monster. He's ruined my life. He raped me, and then there's like, he's like, so what happened? He's like, well. I was a model, and she's like, come over, I have a job for you. Then and then I was like, I only fly first class. Fly my first class, and he did. And then I went, and she's a fucking mess. She's like high on some kind of prescription drug. It has to be because I mean, I've been around a lot of drunks, and you don't get drunk just like that by whiskey alone or vodka alone. Had to have been some kind of fucked up medicine, Percocets or something. He's like, well, she's like, Janice Dickinson. He's like, well, Bill Cosby. He's like, yeah, we're drinking wine, and she's like, take this pill. So I took it, and nothing happened. I had like three more in my purse, and I took those. And I'm here to say that Bill Cosby has bad drugs. He's a superstar. He should have good drugs. And then I took those pills that I had in my purse, and so I took Bill Cosby. I know a guy. Let's go. And I took two more that I made him buy them for me like a lady. And then the fucking interview. All right, I'm exaggerating, but the fucking interview is so fucked up. You're like, yeah, somebody raped you. Sure, lady. Another one. She's like, so this happened, blah blah, and she passed out. She woke up, and Bill Cosby's like, all right, get out of here, get out of here. And she's like in the cab or the taxi cab or the car that he sent, whatever. She's like, my underwear's I'm backwards. He's like, but he got a job for me. So I was like, nothing happened, nothing happened. And then he does it again to her. Like she's like, oh, he's like, oh yeah, yeah, no, no, for real, we're gonna help my producers, and we're gonna audition again. It's fine, it's fine. And then he goes over, and it happens again. And she's like, nothing happened, nothing happened. And then she goes the third time, and it happens to her a third time. And she's like, well, then the other one, I guess he did it. And then and he was like doing it he's drugging me. He's doing this to me. He was like, you didn't know the first time? Like, how bad do you want to be a little friend of the Cosby kids? And then finally she got the fucking episode, like the special guest spot. And and there was another one who was like, well, Bill Cosby helped me get my apartment, and he was like, bitch, don't you know, like you owe a couple of blowjobs with a fucking free apartment in New York? And she's like, I was held hostage. Well, you could have always gone home and failed. That's what like these women don't give themselves the option to fail. They're like, well, fuck, I just got raped. Well, I'll get him next time. I'll get that movie role next time. Oh, I got raped again. Oh no. Why does this keep happening to me? He's a monster. You created that fucking monster. You made him like do this shit. So yeah, he's a piece of shit. Hope he dies in prison. I hope like they mistreat him like a fucking senile old man in a cheap hospice. I hope he dies there, but you guys created him. Yesterday, I read an article where during that hurricane thing, I don't know what kind of hurricane thing is. It's a 2018 September. There's a hurricane running around in the Carolinas, those Tennessee areas, whatever. But this, there was 2 women that drowned in the back of a police van. I was really trying to make a joke out of it, but it's so sad. Like, they weren't even like criminals. Well, I don't know if they did anything criminal, but they were getting transported to a mental institution. You know, and these guys, like, they got in trouble. Like, the van was like, oh shit, and they just abandoned them. And they're like, well, all right. It was like Susan, age 42, and another Susan, age 43. I don't know their names. But they were like over 40. So, I mean, I guess that's the most entertaining thing a woman can do after their 40s in the back seat. That's a terrible joke. The wording was all wrong. But yeah, shit, police people are always doing that. They fucking let these girls drown. They just like abandon the van and they'll be like, they called backup or whatever. And like, I don't know what they expected. They're like, we'll just find the van floating later or whatever. So they're on suspended leave, paid suspended leave, by the way. So, I mean, I don't know how... because that fucking sucks. These guys, that's the worst fucking... Like, getting drowned, like... You know how they killed that Garner guy, that big fat guy? Like, I'm fat, but I mean, just describing him. He's like, I have asthma! And they did like a chokehold on him. Like, it sucks, but the guy... I mean, I know that if you resist, like, you're gonna get... thrown to the floor. I've gotten thrown to the floor. I've gotten slammed against police cars, and I've had fucking knees on my back and my neck. And they keep them there for a couple of minutes, just because they're like, hey, you're under arrest, and you can't be like, no. You're like, I've already learned my lesson. I was like, yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. That's it. I have not gotten roughed up ever since. I'm like, yes, sir, no, sir. So sorry, Garner, if you're rooting around there in hell. Or wherever the fuck you end up for selling loose cigarettes. I mean, you know what the thing about police brutality is that they never give you like really good examples. There's one where the guy's like, get your license, like the cops panicking and the kids panicking. Black, of course. I mean, and we're talking about police brutality. You never see the white videos. Unless you watch Cops, and they're there, like, dude, all the fucking white trash. Like, I love it. I love watching Cops. I mean, it's kind of boring, but if there were like a cop highlight that show Cops, where they just fucking slam hillbillies into the fucking floor, and then like they kind of like
pick them up like 2 inches and then slam them again. Like, I love that shit. You know, but now all the police, like the police brutality videos you see on YouTube and Facebook and whatever they tweet, they're all black, which sucks. I mean, because I still enjoy them. I don't see color. I see color, but I enjoy a black man getting beaten up by police officers as much as I enjoy a white man getting beat up by police officers. I know it's not politically correct, you know, but hey, I mean, shit. Send me some fucking Nazis, those Hitler Youth people getting beat up by police officers or pepper sprayed, whatever, and I'll enjoy them. You know, I'm an equal opportunity offender, and I think I'm an equal opportunity sadist also. Where was I? Yeah, the police brutality videos. I mean, you remember that guy that everybody was crying about? He was like 17 years old, and he like stole some cigarettes. I think I think he wrestled. It was a long time ago. It was like, I remember like being like really into it, and I got all the details. Like, I think he got shot and he like ran like 147 feet, and I had the fucking joke exactly. Like, it was more technical than funny, but it was kind of fun. Well, only to me. But yeah, that guy, he wrestled some cigarettes out of a convenience store, I don't know, owned by whatever, and then he was walking in the middle of the street like the chairman of a fucking parade, and the cop tells him to like, hey, stop by, I need to question you. And he's like, yeah, go fuck your mother. What do you expect? Like, what the fuck do you expect? And you're crying over this fucking thing that pretty much committed 3 felonies that fucking day, and then he got shot wrongfully, I guess. If you want treat criminals like a 5th grader throwing a tantrum, all right. Treat criminals like 5th graders throwing a tantrum. Just don't fucking cry when the country's overrun by criminals. Oh wait, it already is. So, what I'm trying to say is, don't beat up black guys. Just put them in the back of a police van and then walk away as the van goes down the river. This was Morning Shit with Jesse Lopez. Thank you very much for listening and subscribe and prizes and all that.